Like, that is off the toe a little bit? No, I call. To another episode of Mike Torres Golf with your host, Mike Torres. So, we got Stealth 2 versus Big Brother Stealth. We're going to see, well, very simply put, which I think is better. From a look standpoint, I can already tell you, I think you knew from my last video, I really like the Stealth original. I love the carbon top from last year. The shiny from the Stealth 2 is a little too much for me, but I will say this, I'm excited to hit these two against each other. I'm interested to see what data I can pull, and then that's pretty much it. I'm not going to show you, like I said, if you want to look at the clubs from other videos and what they look like, go to my other videos, and I'll put it up somewhere up here. Is it here? Is it here? I think I'll put it up somewhere up here, but you'll know it'll be a description right back to the other video where you can see the crown and everything like that. But this is the real test. Did Taylormade make a better driver than the Stealth 1? We're going to find that out in about 5 seconds, because when we come back, we're going to be hitting right away. Stay tuned. All right, go to the Stealth 1. Love the look. Keep on forgetting, I love the top of this. And the cool thing is, we got the shot tracer to be red, just to match the color. So I put one out. That was it well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was a miss hit too. Oh, that was caught in the middle. I'll put it down close to it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, that is off the toe a little bit? No, I call. 273. I liked it. It comes off hot. When you catch it in the middle, it explodes. So let's see if Baby Brother's going to catch up today. Stealth 2 coming up next. Stay tuned. That was ripped. 269. That was ripped. That felt good. There it is. That's a high. Yeah, let's see what it does. Yeah, that's a bomb. That's a bomb. That was ripped. Oh yeah. Club feels pretty good. Question is it better than its predecessor? So we're gonna go home. Make sense of the data. Gotta go from there. And that's about it. I'm gonna tell you if it's better than last year's model or not. Simple as that. We'll be back at the house next time that camera goes on, so stay tuned. All right, welcome back. We are back at the house and we're gonna go over the data. But before you do that, hit that subscribe button. It helps me, it helps my community. As well as I try to do whatever I can to save you money, making sure that you are putting the right equipment into your bag for the upcoming 2023 season. Besides that, let's jump right into the data. So we are going to start off on the Stealth 1. So I'm not going to lie, I was absolutely tattooing this. And this is new because I don't remember last year hitting this really well. But I was catching this really well this time around. You know, club speed, I will say this, the club speed was definitely faster with the Stealth 1 comparatively. Average here was 111, all ones across the board on the club speed. Ball speed was pretty good, 157.4. Smash factor, exactly where I had wanted that, 142. Launch angle was a little higher than I expected, but I also noticed that on the Stealth 2. I could have just been swinging up on. Spin rate, a little above the number that I'm normally at. Usually I want to be around 23.5. But, I mean, the carry distance kind of explains... The one thing I'm not used to is that usually when I put a carry out to 270, I usually get around like a 25, 30 yard roll off where I can tell the spin this time took an effect on that where I was getting really good carry. Just it wasn't rolling out as it usually was. So these are going to be the baseline numbers. This is the Stealth 1. Let's go directly to the Stealth 2. I am a mile and a half per hour in front of the Stealth or behind the Stealth. So that's gonna bring up, it's gonna bring the lower ball speed, which is about 2 miles per hour here. Smash factor was the same.
Launch angle was very similar too, as well as the spin being pretty dead on. So the good thing is I was swinging the same exact way throughout all shots. So the reason why I said before, why is it going to finagle the numbers a little bit? Well, if you add another mile an hour, a mile and 1.5 miles per hour to that, you're probably going to gain another 3 or 4 yards. So that 269 carry should probably be around a 273, 274. So it's going to be pretty much the same as the Stealth 2, probably a little above, where also the rollout would probably be around like 290, 291. So I'm looking at this 273, 274, which is pretty similar to this, and then I would say the rollout would be pretty much the same. So, not too much difference, honestly. The one thing I'll say is that the Stealth 2, even though I had lower smash factors and I felt like they were less consistent hits, it shot off hotter, and it was a little more spinny in my case. I had one at 3,000 at one point. But there were some shots I was trying to keep down and leverage it a little bit. But overall, pretty good. I mean, the dispersion is going to tell the story. And this time around, for me, I was quite impressed with the, I'm not going to lie, the Stealth 1. I felt pretty damn powerful over that ball. And the Stealth 2, I mean, I was able to play, except this one. We're not going to talk about that one. I was able to play my draw with the Stealth 2. That's the one thing I wanted to make sure that I can manipulate where I put the ball. That's really important for any player playing this club. I think, overall, it tested pretty well. But the question is, did it test better than the original? When we come back, I'm going to give you the answer. All right. Final verdict, Stealth 1 versus Stealth 2. So let's talk about who these clubs are for first. I feel like Taylormade's design, their drivers, I feel they are suited for better players. It's not a knock on any weaker ball striker. I consider myself a pretty strong ball striker. I mean, you see the numbers. I put it at about 270, 275, relatively easy. When I hit the Taylormade, either the Stealth of last year, this is the first time I've actually hit the Stealth well in a sim before. So I was actually really happy. I was out there, I'm like, wow, I can actually do really good comparative data this year. The Stealth 2, I think, for the way it is designed and the way it comes off and how hot it is, I think you have to be a better player, personally. I think this is going to target lower handicappers, the Stealth 2 specifically, to probably around between a 4 to a 10. And the reason why I'm keeping it that low is because the hotter the face, the harder the control. And this face is friggin' hot. The Stealth 2, I was hitting shots in the sim beforehand, and it sucked because I didn't get one, but I did put one out, about 282. It comes off, really. It comes off slightly harder, because the good thing is, same shaft, same driver degree, and I was able to really get the impact feel from both clubs on the same day, and I felt that the Stealth 2 had a slightly hotter face. Good for Taylormade. I have no idea how the hell they did that, because I thought the Stealth 1 was already hot. The Stealth 2 is and it's not, and I've heard other people say it, it's not that huge of a difference. But not to the point where it's like, oh my God, should I spend $600? And that's the next question. It's going to lead me right to the next question. Do I think the Stealth 2 is better than the Stealth 1? Should you spend $600 on this club? And is it an upgrade? Personally, I don't think so. I think if you're going to spend $600 on a new club and you're going to invest into your game, there needs to be a substantial difference from club, from one year to another. If you are going to play, for me, I'm considering changing off the Rogue to the G430 Max or even the G425, but more the G430 because it's extremely accurate. From a comparison standpoint, it blows my accuracy out of the water. I'd rather hit more fairways. Or the Paradigm. The Paradigm, I put it directly up against my Rogue. It beat it by 8 to 9 yards each shot. Comparative. That's a huge difference I'm not seeing that here. And not only that, I'm not seeing that across. I look at other YouTube channels to see who's testing, and I've seen Stealth 2, Stealth 1 tests. And some of them are only like a yard or two better, and they make it to this big deal. I'm sorry to say, I'm going to have to disagree on that. Now, am I saying it is a bad club? Absolutely not. I'm going to say if you hold the Stealth 1 in your hand right now, that thing is already a weapon. All right? I'm going to read off my carries. 276, 271, 275, 278, 274, 274. Are you kidding me? Why the hell would if I own the Stealth, why would I want to go to something that gives me maybe a yard more, maybe two? And in reality, it's going to be slightly harder to control. If it's a hotter face, it's going to be harder to control. So that's why I say I feel like you have to be a better player to play a Taylormade wood or a Taylormade driver. But if you are good enough, I feel if you hold the Stealth from last year, I don't see a reason for you to upgrade this. You're more than welcome to update your own club. You do what you want with your money. But for me, I don't see a $600 purchase to go up when I'm not seeing their so-called technology being that big of a difference.
That's it. So,
like I said, I'm always honest here. We don't fuck around here, all right? So, other than that, if you are not, hit that subscribe button. For me, it helps the community. For me, I like giving honest reviews. I'm not going to have you spend $600 on something that doesn't make sense. Like, I'm even testing out the G425. Reason being that is the 430 came out. I tested those two. I feel like there wasn't too much of a difference. I can get the 425 on a discount, even though that noise. That's it. Other than that, again, if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and tell me comparisons that you'd like to see, because I can tell you right now, the next video that's going to be coming out after this will be the Stealth 2 versus the Paradigm. Who's better? And just like I always end all my videos, I keep it real!